You all know this is my first semester teaching online. I was pretty excited about the voice board when I was setting up the first learning module, and I've actually been really surprised that hardly anybody's taken advantage of it. So that being said, this week I'm going to force you to use it, and I'm going to show you how. Here we are in the week 3 learning module. To access the assignment here, you're going to go into the coursework as usual. And here it is. I have a question, I have an answer, enter the voice board. This week, instead of having you go to the discussion board, I'm going to have you go to the voice board. I'm going to enter. If you haven't set this up yet, there's something called a setup wizard. And let me click allow here. It's pretty easy to set up. You should have the latest Java, otherwise you might have problems. So do that as soon as you can, just to make sure that it's going to work for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here so you can see a little bit more. I'm going to click on New. This is where I'm going to ask a question, and this little box comes up. I'm going to type in the subject matter, so when anybody else goes in, they're going to see what the topic is. What is texture? This is one of those terms that can be kind of problematic according to Wright's definition. So here I'm going to ask, hi class, can anybody explain musical texture to me? I don't understand Wright's definition. He says that texture is the density and disposition of the musical lines. What does that mean? So I asked my question. If I want to hear what I sounded like, and I recommend that you do because you might not be happy with the way you asked the question, so go back and play it. Hi class, can anybody explain musical texture to me? I don't understand Wright's definition. He says that texture is the density and disposition of the musical lines. What does that mean? Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and hit post, but I just want to caution you that if you hit post and you're not really happy with the way you asked your question, I don't believe that you can delete it. It has on my menu the option to delete, but I just went into my demo student account and I didn't have that option. So make sure you're happy with the way you posed your question. And I hit post, and there it is. So let's say you enter the voice board. You can either respond to me or you can ask a new question. Let's say you want to respond to me. You click on it and then you would hit reply. And you see that the setup is the same. You can hit post. If you want to ask a new question, just click on new, and again type in the subject matter so your classmates know what you want to ask. And that is it. Well, that's almost it. I forgot to tell you a couple things. First thing is, when you're either replying to somebody else's question or creating your new question, let's say I'm replying to this one, and you're recording your voice, let's say you don't like your response, then you can override it by just hit record again. It'll ask you whether you want to override the recording. And that's that way you can get your response the way you want it. Okay, last thing. Let's say this is my response. You know what? I don't like that. Let's try again. I'm going to override this. That's how you override it. Another way that you can respond, and I actually want you guys to use your voice, and so I will take off points if you don't use your voice, but I would like you to participate somehow. So if you're absolutely terrified about recording your voice, you can also reply writing it. You can type it out. But I prefer that you record your voice. That way I get to know you better. Okay, that's it. Thank you.